Hello guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make a chain. So we've got our tail. We are going to wrap the tail around our fingers here just the once. We're taking our tail and we're going to stick it in between that little ring that you've just made around your fingers. So you can pull your fingers out and now you're grabbing the tail just above that ring. Okay, and you're going to just gently pull that while holding the working yarn and the tail. And that's creating this little slip knot on your hook, okay? So you'll see that when you pull this tail, it makes it tighten that knot around our hook, okay? So now that we've got that going, we need to go ahead and start our chain. We're grabbing for tension, we're grabbing this working yarn with our back fingers here, okay? And that way we've got our pointer and our thumb here for holding the yarn and helping to manipulate it. We're going to yarn over, then grab onto that knot so that you've given yourself some stability here. You're still holding that working yarn in your back fingers for tension, and then you're going to pull that through the loop that's on your hook. Okay, that's one chain. So we're going to yarn over again and pull through the loop that's on the hook. That's the second chain. And we're going to continue on doing that same thing depending on how long your chain needs to be. Okay, yarning over, pull through the loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. So sometimes you're going to need long chains. It depends on what you're making. For amigurumis, a lot of times you'll do this kind of a chain if you're going to do something like an outfit, say, for your amigurumi, and then you're going to work back into the chain, and sometimes you'll work back and forth to build up a flat piece. Another thing that you can do with a chain for amigurumis, and this is something that we do for the sunflower here, is we start off with a small chain to make this stem. But what we do is we would have a much smaller chain than this, but this is just for showing purposes. We would go back into that first chain, into the center of the V that you've got. Then we'd yarn over from the back, pull forward, and then just pull it through that loop on your hook, and that would connect our chain. So see how it's formed a ring? Then we would start crocheting around. We've created that ring and now we can crochet around, and as we build it, it's going to create a tube. So this is just a technique that you can use the chain for. It just really depends on what your pattern says to do. So if you need to make something that's a circular sort of tube, it could be as big or as small as you wanted it to be. You'll start off with that chain and then you'll just start working into the chain. And when you work into the chain, you would go into that center V to the back, yarning over from the back, pulling forward, and then you would yarn over again and pull through. So now you're single crocheting into that chain that you've just made, right? So in my case, I took my chain and I made a ring out of it. If you were doing a straight piece, you could do the same thing. So for a straight piece, so there's our chain again, right? So if we were going to work back into that chain, we'd do the same thing. What we would do is we would skip that first V that's the closest one to the hook here, because it's not going to be easy to go into, and that's where our working tail is coming from. So we skip that one and we go into the next V, the second chain from the hook. So you'll see that mentioned. When you make a chain, it'll say single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So this is our hook, this is the first chain, this is the second chain. We would go into that center V to the back, yarning over from the back, pulling forward, 2 loops on our hook, yarning over again and pulling through. That's a single crochet into the second chain from the hook. Then we'd go into the next one, going right into that center V, yarning over from the back, pulling forward, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over again, pull through. That's another single crochet. And you'd work back up your chain until you get to the tail, right? So we made our chain, then we went ahead and we single crocheted into the second chain from the hook. Now we're just single crocheting the remaining stitches on our chain. So however many that count is, you'd go all the way to the end. And then if you're building up a flat piece, okay, see that? So this is a flat piece, and you need to build up, say you're making a rectangle for whatever project you're doing. Then all you do is you chain 1 which is just yarning over and pulling through. There's your chain, right? Just like you did on your first chain. And you turn your piece over. Then you would continue working on, right? Here's your, you can see the braid right here. Then you're going in and now you're just crocheting back the other direction. And then at the end, you want to chain one and turn again and do this same exact thing. And this will build the size of your rectangle that you're making. Again, it could be for, maybe you're making an outfit or something for your amigurumis and you're going to be stitching things together. Like maybe this is going to end up being a sleeve. So you're going to end up stitching them together. But for now, you're starting off by making a flat piece. So there's lots of different reasons why you might use a chain. This is just one, but I want to show you so that you understand the whys of why we make things that we do for our wonderful amigurumis. And just to give you an example, and this cute little bee here, this is my Be Present pattern. This is single crocheting into that chain, and we worked back and forth, and you'll see it creates this sort of little bit of a lined effect. That's really cute, but this is flat pieces. Each side of this bee is made by doing that. It's made by making that flat piece, and then I stitched those pieces together to form a cube. So just fun, right? It's fun ways to use these different techniques, and then we can make our amigurumis that way. So this one's not made by crocheting in the round. It is still an amigurumi plushie though, and it's just made by doing chains and working back into those chains. Okay, another thing here, just so you can see, this is actually chained onto the bee. So this is a chain that I did on top of the stitches from these pieces here. So we just chained it directly onto the body of the bee to make his little stripes. So just fun ways to use these different techniques that we're learning as we make our adorable little amigurumis. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully it demystified a little bit on what a chain is and what you can use it for on your amigurumis. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you're let know every time that I post new videos. And I also go live every Thursday, so I hope to see you guys there Thursdays, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do a crochet chat, sip coffee together. We just hang out and we get to work on our whips together. So I hope to see you there, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye guys.